Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I am excited. Today is a good day because I get to get all of these in their final homes outside now. These guys have been through some hardships over the last few days. It seems like years, but days. And the reason is I've been trying to get these plants hardened off and ready to go outside. Now, if you don't know what hardening off means, all that means is these have been my babies for the last 2 months. They have been inside, they've been well taken care of, they have been fed, they have been sung to, they have been put to bed, all of the things. But we know that their final resting place is not inside my house. They got to live out here in the real world with the real plants. So in order to get them ready, that hardening off process includes taking them outside and making sure they get used to the actual rays of the sunlight, making sure they get used to the blowing of the wind, and just making sure that they're strong and ready to produce fruit, because that is their entire, that is the game, okay? So you may be wondering why they're over here. And maybe you're not wondering. If you watched my last video, you know that our landlord decided it was going to be a great idea for her to spray one of our trees, and we're trying to keep our stuff as organic as we can. So we actually ended up moving our plants to this side of the world, all of our food plants anyway, to just try to avoid any overspray or overshot. And in doing so, that night, when I tell you these guys have been through some hardships, that night there was the biggest windstorm ever. I don't even understand what happened, but a huge windstorm. And this is not how they were days ago. And they all look like this. So it's okay because they're still green. They still seem to be doing okay. And I think if I can just get them in their larger pots, their bigger homes, get them staked up, then hopefully that'll be the end of our tomato plant hardships. Hopefully. But I do have one more confession to make. Come here. So, in the hardening off process, I killed one of my plants. I know this is a sad moment. It was a really sad moment for me. I thought, okay, long story short, I'd been taking these plants outside and inside for days at a time. Literally, by the time I reached day 6 and taking out this particular flat of plants, which included my tomatoes and 4 flowers, I was just confused by the length of time it was taking to harden off these plants. Every time I would put them outside and there would be a little bit of sun, they would just look like somebody just came along and just hurt their feelings. Like they were just sad and droopy and wilty looking, and I was just like, I don't understand. You've been in the sun for 10 minutes. Why do you look so sad? So I would move him back to the shade, just really trying to be proactive with the situation. And there was one plant that was doing great. I was so excited for it. Every time I left it in the sun, I would leave it in the sun for a little bit longer than I left the other ones. It always looked great. So one day, on day 6, I decided, even though I brought everything else back inside, that this particular plant, the bee balm, rest its soul, could stay outside because it was doing great. It looked good. It was in the sun. It had been in the sun for a long time. It was great. There should be no problems because we don't want no problems. That was not the case. I came back to look at it a little bit later. It went through the night, came through the morning, got to it, and all the leaves just looked burnt to a crisp. And I was just like, Isn't this just like life? You know, just like life, where you are super excited about something and you're not willing to be patient enough with the process to actually have success with it. And for me, like, these tomatoes have been just a reminder about process and time and holding on to the cloak of patience. Just being patient. I think a lot of people will get wrapped up in just the uncertainty of a situation. You know, things are changing. They're going to have to adapt. It doesn't feel comfortable. They feel outside of their comfort zone. And instead of being patient with the process, instead of seeing it the whole way through, they abandon ship. Like, oh my gosh, this was such a bad idea. What was I thinking? But no, that is not how we end upon success. The way we get to success is by being patient, trusting the process, pushing through. So I wish I would have been a little bit more patient with the process of the bee balm, but I do have several other plants that I get to put in their pots today, and they're just going to help remind me in the future to take your time, slow down, you can make it, be patient. Alright guys, that's all from me today. I am excited for what is to come in the garden. Come back, join me, see what else is going on here. And let me know what's going on in your life too. I want to know. I'm just out here playing in the dirt, so I can listen to what's going on with you. Alright, we'll see you guys later. Come back. You're coming back, right? Come back. Alright.